Whatever happened to Facebook Shops? Over the past year, many creators like myself have been talking about Facebook Shops and teaching everyone how to get started, what are some of the best strategies to set up a new shop. It's a new year and things change and continue to evolve on Facebook Shops. So this is why I wanted to make this video. And I want to know if you're ready to take your e-commerce business to the next level with Facebook Shops. In this video, I am going to show you how to get started with Facebook Shops in 2023, step by step. But you may ask yourself where to start, and this is why you are in the right place. You don't want to miss this opportunity to get started selling on Facebook Shops in 2023. So stay tuned if you want to learn more. I want to remind you that my course, the Facebook Marketplace Blueprint, is still on sale. And if you want to join, the link will be down below. The offer will not last forever. So if you are new, thinking about doing this and really want to get this done for you step by step, then I highly recommend you check out the course. This is not a sponsored video. I partner with Magic Mind. I want to introduce this clip that talks a little bit more about Magic Mind, what it does, and why I like it so much. Let's be honest, running a successful dropshipping business online can be stressful, draining, time consuming, and most of us tend to run for a cup of coffee. We need to do what we need to do for the day. So what if I told you there was a better alternative, something that's healthier for you? It doesn't give you the jitters, but still gives you that boost of energy. It keeps you awake, makes you feel relaxed throughout the day. Magic Mind is the perfect alternative. Not only does it provide sustained energy and enhanced mental clarity, it is also packed with great ingredients, matcha, adaptogens, nootropics, to give you the boost you need without any of the negative side effects. No jitters or crashes at all. So why not give it a try? A link will be down below where you can go ahead and check out Magic Mind for yourself. I am confident that you will love the energy and focus it provides without any of the negative side effects. There have been some big changes when it comes to pages on Facebook, and if you want to get started setting up a brand new page on Facebook in order to get a shop approved, you must know exactly these steps. I want to start out by showing you that the process to create pages now is still pretty straightforward. So for example, right now I am inside of the page that I recently created. So what you want to do is you want to click on this link right here where it says Manage Facebook Page. Once you do that, you are now able to make the edits that you would want to the page. And then right here in the More section, if you expand on this, there's a section right here where it allows you to edit the tabs, okay? So this is something that I just noticed that is different. This wasn't the case before. So it looks like now you have to create an account. Now, it might differ for you if you've gone through this process recently. I haven't opened any new pages in the last 6 months. So for me, I'm getting a different view. So I really wanted to point that out because this wasn't the case where you're creating Facebook pages just a short while ago. So this is different. And then the other thing I wanted to point out is with existing pages. So this page is one that I created sometime last year. I never linked it to any shop. And as you can see here, I have the option to manage it. So I can go ahead and click through it. Same steps, more, and then you go to edit tabs. So this is what Facebook considers a classic page. This was the way to manage the page before. So you could see here on the top left hand side, everything that you would want to do to the page, you can do it from within the page. Now Facebook wants you to go through the business suite in order to make those changes. And the one thing I wanted to point out is that with the classic pages, you could do the edits that I actually demonstrate on that video that I'm going to go ahead and link here, is where you can change the type of page that it is. So in our case, we want it to be a page that is designated for shopping. So you can go ahead and apply the template. And we're going to explore exactly how to do this with the new page system on Facebook. So this is the old way. And then the other thing that I've been getting so many questions about is, where do I find the shop button and how do I enable it? And I think this is a feature of the classic Facebook pages. With the new ones, I think this has changed, but we will see it together as I go through this step by step and set up a brand new page using the new Facebook system. So I wanted to point this out because I've been getting a lot of questions about this, and the reason why is because the way to do Facebook pages has actually changed a lot in the last few months. All right, so before you actually get started and create a shop, the very first thing you need to do is create a Facebook page. And like I said earlier, this process has changed a bit from about a year ago. So what you want to do is navigate over to your Facebook account, then scroll down on the left hand side, and you want to click on Pages. Once you click on Pages, it's going to bring you over to the Pages section within Facebook. And what you want to do next is you want to create a brand new page. So you want to click through that, and it's going to bring you over to the template, which I'm about to show you. Now, the very first thing it's going to require you to enter is going to be a page name, a category to identify your page, and a bio, which is optional. Now, I do want to give you an actual shortcut, and this will help you tremendously. If you have been living under the rock for the past few months, then you must have heard about ChatGPT, and I've been using this a lot lately. So I am going to use OpenAI to help me populate some of this information, and it's going to make it easier, and actually it's going to look a lot more realistic and professional. So when it comes to page name, I went over to ChatGPT. Now this is not a ChatGPT tutorial. For the sake of time, I had already done some basic searches for possible names that I can use for my page. So I have some examples here, like, All Things Bright, Treasure Chest Retail, The Marketplace, Fresh Finds. So Fresh Finds, I actually like that one, so I want to go ahead and utilize that one. So that's going to make this a lot faster. So we're going to call this Fresh Finds. And then when it comes to category, if you type in a couple letters, it's going to auto-populate some different options that are available to you. So typically what I've done in the past is that I've gone with the gift shop option. You can search through it yourself and see if there's something else that more closely matches what you're trying to do. However, gift shop will do just fine. The bio section is optional, so you can come back and do this later. So once you have this already filled out, then basically you can go ahead and create the page. Now that the page has been created, there's some additional information that has to be set up. It's asking you for a website, a phone number, an email, location if it applies. In this case, we're totally online, so you don't have to put an actual location. The hours that the store is going to operate. In our case, it's going to be 24 hours a day, always open because it's an online store. And you can see here that these are not required fields, so you can actually go ahead and click next. You can always come back to them and fill out the appropriate information. The next thing you're going to see is asking you for a profile picture and a cover photo. What I recommend is that you go to Canva, and there will be a link down below in this video if you never used Canva before. But Canva is a great tool, great images, and a lot of customization that you can do for your Facebook page. And we'll go ahead and make a design of this page, and I'll show you what the final product looks like. But you are going to want to go to Canva. If not, you can always use the internet and use Google and just find images that are relevant to your shop. So for now, we're going to click next. Now it's asking if you want to connect to WhatsApp. We can skip that step. And now it's asking you to build your page audience, which we're going to get to much later in the video. And then if you want to stay informed, check these off. We're going to leave that as a default. And at this point, you can hit done. And these are just the very basic steps. You haven't really done much other than to just name it, give it a category, and create the new page. So welcome, you have a new page. And this is what the page now looks. And you can see there's a lot of more information that we have to fill out. And on the left-hand side, you now see the Manage Page section. Okay, so let me quickly show you how to just customize your page. So like I said, you can use Canva or you can use Google. I would recommend you use Canva because you're not gonna have to worry about any copywriting issues. All the images that are inside of Canva are copyright free, so you can use them with no worries. So I already have a banner that I had pre-selected. I was able to find it on Canva. Now it's not the best looking one, I can get a little bit more creative, but for the sake of the video I just want to make it functional and just give you an idea of what it should look like. Okay, so then we're gonna add ourselves a main icon. So I already created this. There is no wrong or right way to do this, so just keep that in mind. Just get as creative as you want with it. So there we go. We have our banner, we have our main logo picture, and now what we want to do is you want to navigate over to the business suite because you want to manage the page. So click on manage. So we're here now, so you can add a bio. Again, I used ChatGPT. And this is going to save you so much time if you use ChatGPT, by the way. So let's go back to so right here. So this is about 101 characters. So what I have might be a little bit too long. So it can't be too long. So keep it nice and short. Okay. So that's our intro. The page is a gift shop. Now here are details that you can add. So add an address. Like I said, you're fully online. This doesn't really apply. Website. Okay, so this was a little tricky. Okay, so I would say that now in 2023, I will highly recommend that you take the extra steps and get yourself a website and actually link it to your page, because it is going to help with your shop setup process. Now, obviously, this is fictitious. I did not create this domain. But if you want to get approved, I will highly recommend that you go ahead and do the website. Okay, you can do it with Shopify, you can do it with different other companies, but do the website. So let's go back to Fresh Finds. Let's refresh. So it's now starting to look a little bit more professional. So here is our website. So we'll go back. What else can we add? So address didn't apply. So definitely add an email. So freshfinds@gmail. Again, this is fictitious. This is just to have data as a placeholder. So let's go back. Let's refresh. So now it's starting to look much better. Okay, so those pretty much cover like the basics. You can write a welcome post. Again, you can use ChatGPT to do that. You can just come in here and just type a query like, write a welcome post for my new e-commerce store. I mean, this is very generic. You can get a lot more specific. So it's very... For it being such a non-specific search, it gave us a lot of text. So obviously, double check what it wrote for you. It is AI, but you can go ahead and just type that in if you wanted to, and then just post it. Chat directly with customers. So we'll ignore that for now. So you created a post, so you have some sort of activity on your page. Again, not required, just a nice thing to do. So at this point, you can pretty much just, continue to add, more information that you want. It's totally up to you. It's not required. But you have the basics of what it would be to, custom your page to get you started. So now we can move on to the actually, get the shop portion of the video. Okay, so from your page, you're gonna go to the Add Action button and you're gonna click on the View Shop, hit Next, and you wanna do Shop on Facebook. You wanna do Next for the shop, okay? So you wanna start selling on Facebook or Instagram or both. So in our case, we wanna do Facebook. So make sure Facebook is checked off, and then you wanna hit Next. Now here is where you have options to check out either on Facebook, and at some point, there was an option where you want to check out on another website or check out with messaging, okay? So for us, we want to check out on Facebook. So make sure this is checked off, and then down here where it says turn on Shop Pay turn on Shop Pay by Shopify as a payment method. You do not want to click on this because right now we're doing this as a shop that is not going to be linked to any Shopify account. So then you want to hit Next. So now it's identifying that we have our page, which is right here. So we want to select this page and then hit Next. Okay, now actually I'm glad that this came up right now because under this particular account, I already have a business account that I had already created, and I have the option to create a new one, okay? So I'm gonna use my existing business account to do this. However, I would recommend that if you're gonna create multiple shops, that you don't keep all of them under the same business account. And I'll tell you why later. So now it's asking me for my business email address. I already went ahead and entered it. So I'm gonna go ahead and click submit. Now we're at the add product section. So what products do you wanna sell? So it's asking you to set up your catalog. Now, because this is not a new account, but an existing one, I do have other catalogs that I had already set up. So for the video, I'm gonna use one of my existing catalogs. So I'm gonna go ahead and select an existing catalog. I have this one that's a test with already 668 products. I'm gonna go with that one. Now in this section, you have to set up your shipping and your return policies. So here, we're gonna offer standard shipping, and you can either offer free shipping or you can actually, charge for shipping. So for now, I'm gonna leave this as free, but if you wanted to charge shipping, then all you will need to do is input a value in here. So let's say you're gonna do $5 shipping, and any additional item, you can also add an incremental, shipping fee if you wanted to. So let's say that, they add a few items to their cart. It'll be $5 shipping. Let's say plus an extra $1 for any other extra item that they add to their cart. Now, this is up to you. It's not common practice to do this, at least, not in most, online retailers. So it's total personal choice. For now, I'll leave it at 0. If there's a cart minimum for free shipping, this doesn't really apply because we're not doing free shipping for this example. And then the estimated days of delivery. So typically, it should take about 5 to 7 days on average, but obviously this is arbitrary, it can change. So that's your standard shipping fee set up, and then you can offer expedited shipping or rush shipping, but that would be more of an advanced topic, so we're not going to cover that right now, but you could set it up. Your return window minimum has to be 30 days. And then you can enter your customer service email, which in this case, I'm using my business email. And then you need to enter your customer service email, which I already did. So once that is completed, then I can hit next. So now it's giving me a summary of everything that has been done so far. So you can see there, I have my my page, my business account, which is awesome deals, the catalog that I selected, what is my shipping policy, my return policy, my customer email address, and the method that I selected for checkout, which is going to be on Facebook or Instagram, okay? So now you must acknowledge the seller agreement, so you have to click that off, and then you'll do finish setup. If you recall back towards the middle of the video when I go over step by step on how to actually create the shop, there's a section where you're asked to create a business manager account or use the existing one. So this is the bit of information I do want to share with you, and you want to keep this in mind. You can create your shop under an existing business manager. You can have actually multiple shops, 4 or 5 under the same business manager. However, you always run the risk that if Facebook, for whatever reason, puts any restrictions on certain shops or even a restriction on your actual business manager, this is going to affect every single shop that's under that account. And it will limit your ability to sell while you figure out with Facebook what went wrong and how to fix it. So what I recommend instead is to open up a brand new business account and assign your shop to that new one, and do so for future shops. So you can have up to 3 or 4 business managers with a shop on each one. Now, I think over the past year, Facebook may have limited how many business manager accounts you can have. I think it's up to 5, but I do know you can have at least more than 1. And that's what I recommend that you do, so you're not limited, restricted, or hindered by Facebook in the case that something goes wrong. It's not your fault, and it will keep you from being able to sell on Facebook Shop. Okay, so now you've come to the next step, and there's one thing left to complete. So you can see here that you need to set up your payouts. So you want to click on Get Started. So you have to enter information that is relevant to your business, because you need to remember that when you're selling on Facebook Shop, you're not selling as an individual anymore. You're actually selling as a business. So you are going to be asked for business documents. Now, if you're a sole proprietor, then you can go ahead and enter your personal information. But if you have an LLC form or a corporation, then that's the information you need to enter. Okay? So it's going to ask you for general business information, your business category, your tax settings, and it's going to ask you to link a bank account at the end. So you want to go ahead and click next, and then your business type, whichever one applies to you. So for this example, I'm going to say sole proprietor, and then where it says representative information, that would be your personal information. So I'm going to go ahead and pause and enter my information and then hit next. Let me do the same thing, enter that information, I'll press pause, and then we'll pick up on the other side. Okay, so I enter my business address, and that's asking me for my business category. So in this case, there's one that I've already have used in the past, and I recommend that's the one that you use yourselves. Okay, so I found it. So the one that I go by is miscellaneous and specialty retail shop. So that's the one that I go with. And then my handling time is how many days is it going to take me to ship the product to the customer. Normally it's 3 days, so I'm going to leave that as my default. So now it's asking me for tax settings. Do you have a Missouri sales tax register number? That doesn't apply to me, so I'm going to say no. And then we're going to hit next. Okay, so now in this section is where you want to input your banking information. Whether it's your business bank or your personal bank, you need to enter bank data to get your payout. So let me do that again, and I'll pause and then come back to this. Okay, so finally it was able to verify all of the information. So now it's telling me that I'm almost ready to start selling on Facebook. So now there is a verification step. So basically it's asking me to provide documents such as my ID or a passport to confirm my identity. So make sure you provide that documentation over to Facebook, okay? So that's why you have this red icon right now. Verification is pending, so we need to do that. So now the next step from here is that you are going to have to navigate over to settings, because you want to look to see if the sales channel is enabled. So right now you see that it's hidden, and that is probably because of the verification. However, I do see here that the marketplace, there's an option here to connect. So I'm not gonna click on this just yet. I wanna wait until I go through the verification process first. And then at that point, I will go ahead and enable the sales channel. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like the video, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I highly recommend you check out the video linked either over here or over here, and I will see you inside.